Peterson and Stanley Mude here.
Tyler, what were you going to have to do to beat that team, the first place team? What was going to have to be
defense for sure, man. They got a lot of really good guards. I think they had 4 guys averaging double figures, and you know, they got one of the best guards in the Summit League in John Conchar. So just trying to lock in on defense and you know, try to just limit them as much as we can. You know, they lead the nation in 3-point makes per game, so trying to take away that. And you know, I just thought we played really sound defensively, especially in that second half. So it was good to see.
What changed? Because you guys went on that little spurt right before halftime. How big was that spurt? Because that seemed to energize you guys right before the half. You guys come out, and was that spurt kind of one of the differences in the game there, do you feel?
I think any sort of momentum you can get going into halftime is huge. You know, we always talk about the first 4 minutes of the half and last 4 minutes of the half. So if you can win those and keep momentum going throughout the game, you know, those are big for us. So that run definitely helped push us in the second half.
What changed defensively in the second half? You're talking about the defense, and you know, they weren't hitting their threes. We were hitting some threes in the first half. That was really about it. Everything else is kind of getting the hoop and everything. What changed in the second half? Because all of a sudden they weren't. Did you just make it tougher on them, get to the hoop, or what kind of change?
I think most of it is just totally on us, just miscommunication, and you know, I would take full responsibility for that. I feel like that's just kind of my role in this team is to be like the defensive coordinator out there for us, and I was messing up some communication. So at halftime we just try to regroup and you know, just get a solid game plan so I knew what was going on, so I could tell everyone out there. So once we just got focused on that and knew exactly what we were doing, I thought we played great defensively. Held them to 36% in the second half, so that's what you got to do.
So you guys are pretty thin after Dan went down. You had 7 players available for the game, and it's been an issue. Like in the second half, you guys get a little tired, but that wasn't the case today at all from what it looked like. What do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like it's just the next man up mentality. I mean, Johnsy had a hell of a game today, so that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need people to step up, and people go down, just next man up. We're all capable. So.
How much of a confidence boost was it, Stanley, to, you know, maybe it hasn't been the season so far that you wanted, but to go in here and beat first place team?
It's a good confidence builder. We're gonna just keep improving off of this. It's a big win. Coach was saying this is probably our biggest game of the year, and we definitely played hard. And now we got to go on the road, 5 of 7 on the road. We got to go win some games.
And offensively, shots would always fall in that first half. That little spurt right for half seemed to get you going. That second half, did you guys feel like everything was just going to go in? Because it shot 66% in that second half. So what changed offensively in that second half?
It was really, I feel like our defense was our best offense in the second half. We just get some stops and get out in transition, get some easy ones, and get our confidence going. That was probably the biggest thing.
Stanley, can you feel yourself gaining when you're out there? Can you feel the confidence building in yourself?
Yeah, I could definitely feel it. I mean, my coaches and teammates, they've always had confidence in me, and I've had confidence in myself as well. So it's just going out there and playing hard all the time and letting the game come to me.
How did you figure out you're pretty outsized after, you know, you only have John out there as a forward. So how were you able to work around the size and still get to the basket despite being a smaller team?
Just being aggressive, and always just, I mean, not forcing things really is probably the main thing for us. But when we have me and Johns, we have bigger guards on us. It's also an advantage for us. We're quicker and stuff. We can get by. So.
I don't want to say you put the offense on your shoulders, but it kind of felt like these last 2 games you kind of have done that. Is that something you're taking more responsibility offensively for this team? Do you feel you can go out there and score 20 points a night, 25 points a night for this team?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm not going out there with that in my mind, but we're red out and we have Lopo out, we have bodies gone. We need some scoring production. So I'm always just, if I'm not aggressive, I feel like I'm hurting the teams. And Coach Lee been on me about that too. So being aggressive all the time, biggest thing for me.
How about for you? I mean, is that something you guys can notice in practice and then in games you can feel that he's starting to pick it up more?
Stanley?
Yes.
Oh, you know, as soon as Stanley got here as a freshman, you could obviously see he's got the physical attributes to be a great player. And, you know, last year he would do some really special things in practice, but, you know, you could still see it was a little bit of a learning curve for him. And, you know, to see him hit his stride now is, you know, it's pretty fun to watch. You know, he's obviously a very special player, and he's helped us a lot, especially these last couple weeks. So, you know, with bodies going down and him stepping up, I mean, he's been doing a great job. So if we can just continue pushing this forward and do well on the road here, should be good.
Sure.
Defensively, with the perimeter, a big focus, because like I said, this is a team that can hit that can hit 15, 20 threes a game, so it just seemed like you guys had a lot of focus on the perimeter and making passes tough from along the perimeter. Was that kind of the game plan there? Because you guys got a lot of steals that way, too.
Yeah, so just making sure we talked and when we were switching with all their different guards they have, and all of them are shooting 40% from three, and especially with guards like John Conchar and Harrell, those are special players. So just trying to hone in on them and knowing and communicating when we're switching, when we're staying with them, working out while we're in ball screens to try to get them off attack. That was really important for us.
Good.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, go ahead and give us an opening statement.
Okay, excuse me. Well, I couldn't be more proud of the guys. When Dan goes down, we have 7 players. I told the guys in the locker room, the Magnificent 7. That's what we played with. And Nathan Robinson didn't play a lot. He did a good job when he went in. But to play a team that's 4-0 with their explosive lineup, the way they shoot the three, our guys did a really great job, especially defensively in the second half. I thought it was big towards the end of the first half when we got that lead from 10-5 and just made it a 2-possession game. And then we came out at the start of the second half and did a really good job and defended a lot better in the second half, which we've worn down some this year. But we had 2 guys play 40 minutes. We had TP played 37. Tristan Simpson and Stan played 40 minutes. They played the whole game. So couldn't be more proud of our guys. They're really happy. It's a really big game for us.
You mentioned defensively. Tyler said he put that on him in the first half, the way that they were getting some open shots and into the lane in the first half. He said he put that on himself in the second half. And is that what you saw too? Is it there's a lack of communication? He kind of fixed that?
Yeah, I thought the first half, I told the guys at halftime, first of all, we turned it over 3 times and they got layups out of them. And you can't do that against a team that is so explosive offensively anyway. They can string baskets and threes together like nobody else in our league, really, other, maybe State, but they are so explosive. So we made mistakes offensively, but defensively, we made 3 or 4 scouting report errors where we left the guy open we shouldn't have. We didn't rotate to a guy. We left somebody open in transition, and TP was probably talking about that because you just can't do that. And I told the guys in the film session this morning, we can't afford to make mistakes like that. You can't. You're shooting yourself in the foot. It's on us if we make those mistakes. They're going to score anyway. But so TP was probably talking about that. But we locked down a lot better in the second half. So I thought our attention to detail was a lot better in the second half. I thought we didn't give up as much transition in the second half. Maybe because we shot so well too. We shot 63%. They were taking the ball out of the net. It's huge. The thing is, we start 5 of 7 on the road to start league, and the 2 games you get at home are South Dakota State and Purdue-Fort Wayne. So I told our guys this is the biggest game of the year because now we go on the road for 3. So, you got to scratch out whatever you can do on the road for wins. Those are always tough to get. But obviously down the stretch, we end with 5 of 7 at home. So this was a very big game for us. The next 3 games are huge for us because if we can get a win or 2 on the road, then we come back and then we get 6 of 9, I think 5 of 7 to end the season at home. So yeah, this was a big game for us.
Do you have any news on Brad or Dan at all?
No, he's going to get X-rayed tomorrow. We're hoping to get good news. It's one of those deals. He goes down and you're thinking, not again. We got 6 or 7 guys sitting on the bench. A few of them are hurt. We're redshirting a couple guys, a few guys. But we just can't afford to lose anybody else. And so, I hope we hear good news tomorrow from the doctor on Dan. He's in a boot right now.
So with the guys you do have, it looks like Stan throwing bounce passes on transitions like that. So
Yeah.
it looks like it's coming together a little bit.
It
How are
is.
you guys keeping their energy up?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're playing so many minutes. You know what we did tonight? It sounds, but I put everybody off the line on free throws, so we don't have to run up and down the court 6 or 8 times. You know, we called timeouts to rest. We delayed the game. We went into delay 5 or 6 times where we just held the ball. So now you can't hold it all the time, but you know, if it was, you know, I can't go 4 corners, but I can at least bring it down to a end of the clock, shot clock situation. So we did everything we could to limit the possessions, so, and not make our guys run as much. And so, you know, we're doing a good job. But the guy, you know, Stan's getting better and better. I met with him and told him, you know, his role's changing so much. So now he's got to become more of a leader on the team, more of a encourager, more of a, you know, guy who's lifting guys up and talking to guys and pointing at guys when they make a good pass to them, and, you know, go pat somebody on the butt when we score, not when he scores. And he's a great kid. He's just learning, you know, how to play. But as you can see, he's very talented and he has a lot of ability. I thought the biggest stat was he had 1 turnover in 40 minutes. He goes 26, 7, 4 assists, and 1 turnover. That's a great line, you know. So he's getting better and better.
And you say there's so much potential there yet. And he's scored 54 points in the last 2 games. So there's a lot of potential there. Is the sky the limit for him basically?
Yeah, he's just learning how to play more possessions intensely, and then he's just learning the game, like the nuances of the game. Like, you know, there'll be things that he does in practice or during a game that, you know, are not, just lack experience, you know, and so maybe to somebody who, you know, is watching the game, maybe you don't see it as much, but from a coaching standpoint, when we cover things in practice and different things, so he's just learning. Like he's making, I guess I would say at times he makes some freshman mistakes because he basically is a freshman. He didn't play last year. And so, but the great thing about it is he learns at a really quick pace because he's out there experiencing it and he's getting better and better. He makes less and less mistakes. I just want him to play the game at a higher energy level, and that's hard to do for young guys. But today, I thought he was better. He just keeps getting better and better at it. We're just on him about it because I do think he's got so much potential. You know, people can scout things and take things away from you, but if you play the game and you're a really good athlete, which he is, and you play the game at a very high energy level, there is no scouting report for that. And so he is just learning how to do that, and hopefully that continues to get better. But shoot, you know, if you told me at the beginning of the year Stan was going to play like this, I mean, he just keeps getting better and better. So it's exciting to see.
Simpson had the ball in his hands late in that game. They put him at the free throw line those many times he came through. How nice to see? Is that something you can just trust?
Well, it is. You know, we either want him with the ball late, Cody with the ball late. You know, and Brandon's a pretty good free throw shooter. TP's a really good free throw shooter. So we do have some guards that can make free throws. It's big when you're playing a team like Fort Wayne to go to the line and make the free. Because if you miss a front end and they go down and hit a 3, now instead of 12, it's 7, and, you know, now they're pressing, and it can get, the way they can score, it can get, you know, a little dicey. So it is really big for him to go to the line and keep knocking down free throws. And then we did a good job down at the other end of defending the 3. And but it takes a lot of pressure off you when he's making all those free throws. In the start, you know, the first 2 or 3 of them were 1-on-1s. A little more relaxing when it's a 2-shot, but he kept knocking them down.
And Tyler kind of said that the defense led the offense. You guys had a really good offense in the second half, and all that was transition. Was that a lot the offense?
Yeah. I think it's a lot easier to score, obviously, when you're in transition. You know, and that was the reason why I thought we were better defensively in the second half, is because they were taking the ball out of the net. We shot 63%, and so we didn't miss a lot of shots. So I felt like our defense, we got some turnovers. Thought we did a really good job on Conchar. We trapped a lot of ball screens with him. He had 5 turnovers. He goes 4 for 11. That's the best guard in the league. And he turned it over a number of times, you know, in the second half, where we got some runouts and we got some throw ahead and some layups, and that's big. So turning them over, the defense leading to our offense, I think that's what happened tonight, or today. I guess a 1 o'clock game.